you guys, and welcome to my first PC build. How dare companies trust me enough to build things? But here we go. Before we get into anything, this video is brought to you by Corsair and Intel, and I'm gonna read off everything that we're using today, and I'm also gonna use these names in the description if you want, more googly copy pasta type of words. So from Intel today, we have a beautiful brand new motherboard. It is the ROG STRIX Z890F gaming Wi-Fi, okay? So this one's got a fancy dancy backplate that's gonna help give great airflow to your motherboard. We also have the Intel Core Ultra 7. Say that 5 times fast, because I just tried to. We also have this great little CPU that's gonna help boost every single thing about your PC. And this is Intel's graphics card, guys. The Arc B580, all right? It's extremely affordable, especially with all the crazy stuff going on right now and graphics cards being through the roof in general. It is extremely affordable. If everything works out well, the end of this video, we're actually gonna do a little demo with the graphics on this, all right? Now, from Corsair's side of things, right? Let's start with the PSU. This is from the Shift series RM1000X. I almost said 100X. There's an extra zero. The Shift series. Now, what's different about this PSU compared to other PSUs is all of the connectors usually are on, the opposite side of where the power would be on the power supply. But this time, they're on the actual side of the PSU. So that way your hand doesn't get stuck inside of the case when trying to put things into it. So we're gonna have this fancy dancy new thing today. For liquid coolers, we have the iCue Link Titan 360, all right? It's got that nice little LCD screen, so you can have Gladys yelling at you if you want, okay? I know sometimes Gladys likes to yell at me on mine, but this is gonna keep your PC, your unit, your rig, nice and cool. However you want to say it, it's gonna keep it nice and cool. This one has 3 fans attached to it. Some of the coolers actually have like only 2. So this one's got 3, so it's gonna be extra cool, all right? Speaking of cooling, we also have these amazing Corsair fans. Now, this is the starter kit of the LX120 RGB series. What's great about these fans, guys, is that it's a single cable ecosystem, okay? You are gonna wonder why you ever built a PC without these fans. Was that the door? Or is that just noises outside? I don't know. I have windows open, so if you hear weird noises, it's the windows. So we have the starter pack of these fans, and then we also have several other fans that we can add on to it, all right? I believe these are all single expansions. Single pack? Yes. These are all single pack expansions, so we're gonna have an extra cool PC. If you didn't know this about my current PC, I have probably, not counting this bad boy, I have probably about 5 fans. One of them is just for show, doesn't work. And one of them is half alive. So I'm excited about these fans, guys. Also from Corsair, we've got our memory, all right? So for our RAM, we've got the Dominator Titanium, okay? We're gonna stick some of these in here, and we're adding some light sticks. So these are the dummy versions of the Dominators. So if you want, I'm holding extra things in my hand for no reason at this moment. So if you want to, get that little extra RGB moment going on, if you don't want a full, 4 sticks in your motherboard, I mean, RGB is essentially glitter for tech nerds, and I'm here for it. Obviously, you can see my mouse mat right now. Also from Corsair. So we're going to be putting those into our motherboard, as well as the 2TB MP700 Elite SSD card, all right? This is a stick, and it's just going to go right into the motherboard, okay? Now, what are we gonna be putting all this in? We're gonna be putting it inside of this 5000T Corsair case, guys, all right? It's got amazing airflow. It's got easy access to the back paneling, and it's gonna be great for cable management. So when you wanna build a new rig, this is the case you're gonna want. This is the case you're gonna want. I'm just saying. Especially if it's your first time actually building one by yourself. I'm scared. Can you tell? I'm scared. Okay, Okay, so pray for me. These are all of our things. Like I said, I'm going to put them also written down in the description of this video, guys, so you can get an easier copy-paste moment if you want to use any of these. On the Corsair website, anything that's a peripheral or anything that's a PC component that's not a custom labs kind of thing, make sure you use code VELVET for 10% off, okay? Code VELVET for 10% off, and it does not stack on stuff that is already on sale, okay? Just letting you know. All right, so let's begrudgingly, nervously, very nervously, get into this build. Pray for me. Were you up there watching me the whole time? No, you weren't. It's like you have your own streamer trapped in a box and you're watching them live. I have a very strange dining room. I'm in my dining room and Bringer of Snacks is watching me through the hole in the ceiling like I'm a rat in a cage. Nervous noises. So we're gonna start with the motherboard, guys. I'm shaking. We're gonna start with the motherboard, and we're gonna see what kind of fancy dancy things we need to do. We're gonna see what we need to do to this before we get into anything else. So I'm using a mouse mat right now, guys, as kind of like my frictionless station. But I'm gonna be putting the motherboard and styrofoam, apparently of the motherboard, on top of the actual friction bag that it comes in. And the first thing we're gonna do is open up this little thingy and put in the CPU, which is this. The Intel Core Ultra 7, guys, is what we're working with. Let me get my kniff. All right, guys, so on the little CPU, there's gonna be an arrow or some kind of symbol in the bottom corner, and you're gonna match that up with the spot on the, I'm not gonna try to zoom in the best that I can editing this. There's like a symbol that's gonna match that, and you're gonna match those symbols up, and that's how you know it's going in the right direction. All right, so there's a little doohickey we're gonna press. Okay. Okay, so we lifted up a little lever, and we're gonna put in CPU now. So guys, this is the thing I'm talking about. There's a little image in the corner, and we're gonna match up the corners, right? And then there's also this plastic bit on top, and we're gonna be taking this black plastic off the top of it. Do I need to lock it back in before I pull it? Nope. Well, lines up beautifully, okay. And then we're just close it and then put the prong back on. I don't like that feeling. Resistance! There's a lot of resistance. Is that supposed to, yeah? Okay. Like there's, is it supposed to make that noise? So I used one of my lifelines already for my tech assistant today. So the little prongy thingy is gonna give quite a bit of resistance when you're trying to put it back on. Be gentle, respect the tech, but at the same time, don't just shove it. So Bringer of Snacks helped make sure that that was supposed to be doing that. So the next thing we're gonna put in, guys, is the M.2 SSD and the RAM. Now what you wanna do is you wanna check your motherboard's booklet to figure out where the RAM is supposed to go first, because there are 4 slots on the board and you wanna make sure you seed them properly to get the best performance. All right, guys, so in my specific motherboard's instance, right, we're gonna put not the light enhancement ones. We're gonna put the actual RAM first, and that's gonna go in the 2nd slot and the 4th slot, essentially. I have this facing you. I don't know why, but I have it facing you, but we're gonna put it in the 2nd slot and the 4th slot. Okay. I just wanna spank it. I just wanna get it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like, guys. The Dominator titanium RAM. So there are little switches on the motherboard that we're gonna kind of just gently boop them out like that. All right, there's one on each side, and this is where we're gonna be sticking the RAM in. JK, The other side doesn't move. One side will move, and it might be the top side. Mine was the top side. Okay, so usually the RAM is going to be a little bit asymmetric, guys, so you're going to want to make sure the prongs line up properly inside of the slots. So this particular one, the word Dominator, is going to be facing that direction. So I said, the lock came back up, so I guess that means it's in all the way. So Bring Your Snacks just made a great suggestion, guys, because we got one in right now and we know where they need to go. It's going to be easier at this point to put in the dummy ones in the slots instead of trying to wiggle them in between. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. Yeah, so like the yellow prongy bits on the end of that are definitely a lot fewer than on the actual real RAM. So we're going to do the same thing. Dominator is going to be facing this way, and we're going to put it into the first slot. Okay, so what I've been doing, for those of y'all that haven't built PC either before, if you're like me, gently push it into the end slot, because there's going to be it feels like a little springy resistance, and then it kind of slides in, kind of like you're putting in a battery. That kind of feeling. But yeah, so, and then it will click and pop up the lock when it's all the way in. There we go. Push it real good. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. Here's the last piece of actual RAM, guys. Same thing, last slot. The RAM is in, the CPU is in. Now we're going to put in the M.2 SSD. So on this specific motherboard, guys, it looks like the SSD is going to go kind of under this like piece right here. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'm going to show you on my phone. So it's going to go on this piece right here. I have the whole motherboard upside down facing the camera. And what we're going to do, this little slot or thingy is supposed to pull down just like that. All right. And then we're supposed to be able to lift it off. Oh my gosh, that's actually got a bit of weight to it. And we're definitely, make sure you take off these stickers. Take off these stickers. There's also some sticky, if you saw in the video, there is also some stickers on the motherboard, the blue sticker. So I'm gonna take that off first. And I don't have anything to really help grab the edges. Do the best that I can. Not to touch what I'm not supposed to touch. I'm gonna use the teeny tiny flathead out of my little toolkit, guys, to try to get this little short piece off. This is the SSD, y'all, all right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out, and the prongs that are on, you might not be able to see, but the prongs that are on this side, we're going to gently stick them into this side of the motherboard. You'll see it when you have that slot open. Now, there usually is screws and stuff, so you unscrew latches, unscrew like little containers, and you can put the SSD on it and you screw it all back in. There's a slider that's gonna lock it in place on this one. So we're gonna take this gently out of the box. Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming it's in all the way. It made a locky click noise, and I'm just moving the slider back and then gently putting it on top of the part. Now we're gonna put the little thing that went on top of the SSD slot, guys. We're gonna put this back on. Make sure you take off this sticky again. And then just like that, it's locked back on, and then there's a little peely on the top too. Well, might have helped if I had left that unlocked. Now, before we go any further, guys, I'm gonna make sure there's no other like peely stickies. I'm gonna take these off real quick. So there's one right here. What? Okay, guys, so now we are going to put this back in the bag and set it gently back in the box for now while we work on something else. Now, I did leave tape and stuff on it whilst I made an ad. So I'm gonna take the tape and stuff off because I didn't want things to move around. Such a satisfying noise, peeling tape. Yes, yes, yes. Back opens just as easily. Dude, I'm gonna show you a video of this back, guys. This is gonna be some awesome cable management. Look at that. So this is what's gonna control all the RGB on the fans inside of that. I'm pretty sure it's that one. It's one of those two, or it's both of them. So this is what the back of it looks like, guys. Ignore the stuff that you see on the other side of my dining room, okay? Look at all that cable management space. And so we're gonna take off this front one, guys. I need a bigger screwdriver, but we're gonna take off the glass panel. Okay, so we're gonna pop this bad boy off. Gently take this away. And then I'm gonna take the screw so I don't lose it, and I'm gonna put it back in here for later. And we're gonna do the same thing to the back panel as well. There's a little tray in the back that has a nice little box that has full of goodies that we're gonna be using. So it's got screws, it's got cable ties, it's got all that kind of fun stuff we're gonna be using. All right, so we're gonna put that off to the side. We're gonna put the tray back down here where it came from. So the top also does pop off on this, guys. I'm trying not to smack myself in the face. Pops off like so. Let's see if we can gently. There we go. All right. Now we're probably going to be putting some fans on the top, but there is this magnetic mesh piece that will probably kind of get away with some of the airflow of the fans. Now, if you don't have anything installed on this top panel, it probably won't do much except maybe, you know, help prevent dust. But because we're probably going to be putting fans up top, we're going to take this off. We're just going to put it over to the side. But it is magnetic, super easy to take off. And then this front part is magnetic and it just comes right off, guys. So we're going to be messing with that a bit too. We're going to put this over here. When you look at it, more centered, there's so much missing. There's so much you can do now to build in this case. Okay, so now that we've got it open like this, we're gonna start opening the boxes that have the fans. It's gonna have a bunch of cords and cables in it we're gonna need. So I'm gonna kind of put them gently off to the side over here, because I don't know what's what. And we got little iCue thingy-mahoojit, so we can have them all connected. So if you guys didn't know what makes these fans so absolutely fantastic, obviously this was part of the starter kit, and then these were all single boxes, right? One from the starter kit. Magnetic. That's what makes these fans so amazing. So we're gonna connect some of them now. We're just gonna...
Sorry to interrupt this video, but future red here, guys. Now, this was actually the only thing from the build I did mess up on. I was too distracted by the magnetic awesomeness of the fans that I didn't connect them fully properly. So let me show you. All right, so yes, they do magnetize, but that's not how they actually fully connect. So make sure your airflows are pointing in the same directions to begin with. And then still make sure that they attach, because that's going to be important. Make sure that they will magnetize and not repel each other, okay? There are going to be little doohickeys that look like this in your fan box, okay? Some of them are just like this. They just have nothing on them. And then some of them have connectors in the middle. This is what you need to connect them together. So the pieces that have the connectors inside of it, you're going to stick in these slots. And the ones that don't have anything, you're going to stick in these slots. And then you connect them in there together. That's the one single cable system, ecosystem. Not just magnets. Okay, continue with the video.
So I'm actually also following along with the video, guys, and I'm a little lost just because my case has stuff in it that I was looking for. It already has stuff in there. So I was looking for the iCue Link hub, which if you get the starter kit, there's one in this fan starter kit that you can use, or there's also one inside of your CPU cooler, right? There's also one inside of there if you need a hub from there as well. But it looks like my case, because of the fans that are already in here, and there's also some lights up here on top, already has 2 hubs in it. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do. So on the fans, there are little arrows, And what we're gonna do is have this specific set, we're gonna have the arrows facing out. So this one is gonna go back here attached to this back of the system, PC. We're gonna have it go back there. We're gonna take the screws. We're just gonna, and it's ever so slightly magnetized, like we saw earlier, all the fans are magnetized, and we're gonna just take the screws, and we are gonna not drop the screws. It magnetized to the other fan, that's so funny. Okay, so. Okay, now they're all in. So, I had a moment because it's all iCue link, guys, and like in the video I'm currently watching, these fans were not pre-installed in this case. And these iCue hub links were also not installed. So, what I'm gonna do is unplug, right, the top one from the one that's already plugged in to the front of the case. Unplug it from the iCue hub, like so. And then we're going to take the one that we did, the back one here, and we're gonna plug that. Oh, you know what? Velcro. I'm just struggling. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. And we're gonna plug ours into the side instead. And then we're gonna take the short cable that we did put in on the bottom, have it backwards now, but we're gonna plug it into the bottom of the ones over here on the side. Now we have the fans on the front are gonna pull air in. These fans are gonna pull air out. So we're gonna take a single fan now, and we're going to do the short connector. We're gonna make sure so the air is being pulled in this way into the case. What we're gonna do now is we are going to put the motherboard inside of the case. Try to not touch the back of the motherboard as much as possible, right? So probably the best thing to do is this part has all of the like USB slots on it, and that's probably the most sturdy. So we're going to manhandle it this way, and we're just gonna. Oh, did I do it? I think I did it. Okay, I think I did it. I'm panicking, it's fine. So I lined it up with the holes as gently as I possibly could. Okay, so I think it's this bag of giant little screws we have in here, which I'm assuming, since there's so many, not the quick turn fan screws. We know what the fan screws look like. Definitely not that one. Should be motherboard. Oh, I skipped a column. There was one that actually said motherboard screws. So I'm just going to go around and find all the little holes, and I'm just kind of putting these in different areas. I'm not putting them like all on one side at one time because I want to like disperse the pressure very easily. Okay, so now we're gonna flip it back up, like so, and we're going to put in the PSU, guys. So turn this like this so y'all can see. So here's our nice little European power. All of our cords. And the actual PSU itself. Here is the, power port, right? And the switch that you would normally put here on the outside, right? That's where that's gonna go. And normally, this is where all the plugs would be, on the direct opposite side. But on this, it's right on the side of the panel instead of on the inside. So take that out, which houses the thick boy hard drives, which I do have one. So hopefully it will be able to go back in. That is very interesting. I do have a thick, so if you have a thick boy hard drive, you're not gonna be able to use this unit anymore, I guess. Okay, Good to know. I only have one, and I honestly don't remember what I use it for. So, and I have something that's empty. So whatever's on that can just go to the one that's empty currently.
Future Red here again. Another fun fact about this motherboard that didn't realize until, you know, after the fact, and Bringer of Snacks noticed it, okay, from the lovely little pamphlet, booklet, whatever you want to call it, this motherboard holds 5 M.2s SSDs on the motherboard. 5. So I ordered 2 more. That should help with the big boy hard drive situation. Just saying. Continue with the video.
So we're gonna screw these in. So now before we actually hook up the PSU to anything, we're gonna hook up the water cooler or the liquid cooler and the cooler for the PC. If I can get it. So thankful for these little tags that are on top of all these cables. As many times as I've had to unplug these cables today. Yes. Okay, now we can screw it in. Screws and washers, guys. Going to just attach the cooler to the top now. We're doing it to the top part. One down. Now, one of the great things about this case, guys, is that, as you can tell, we've installed most of the water cooler. We got part of it hanging down. But in order to get the water cooler up, right, we have to attach it above on the CPU. But in order to attach it, we have to put the back plate on first. Well, lo and behold, we didn't put the back plate on the back of the motherboard before we did this. So what's great about this case is that this part that has the hubs on it, usually this whole piece is actually solid. So take this little bit off. Oh, there we go. Just pops off just like that, all right? Just kind of stick that there, and then you can put the back plate for the cooler on. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're just gonna cut these little sticky tabs on the corners. We're gonna just take off the sticky tabs, and we're gonna line it up with the holes. There's just enough thermal paste on the back of this, so you shouldn't have to worry. And I got my screwdriver ready. I really wish I had this at a better angle so y'all could see what I was doing. I'm really, really hoping. Yes, okay, I finally got the one in that was falling off. Back plate is still in place. We're gonna reattach this little back plate on the back plate. I'm not 100% sure there is one of the fan cables on top of the LCD screen that we're gonna plug into it first. And then there does look like a USB-C up there as well, but I don't know what it's supposed to connect into. And the only USB-C I really have is this one. And it's got a weird plug on the end of it, so YOLO. Let's do this one first, I guess. There we go. Okay, so we got that one in. And I'm assuming it's got to plug up into the little iCue hub, so I'm just going to plug it up into this free space that I have. Okay, guys, so this is what we're looking like. It's gotten heavier. This is what we're looking like, and I'm pretty sure the next step is to do power. I believe the USB port is actually for power. I guess let's get into plugging up the power. So first thing we're gonna do is all of the ones that were already in the case, we're gonna find a home for. These 2 cables, we're gonna feed them through the meshy, wiry thing so they poke out into the front. And this is the part I'm most terrified about. All right. It looks like he's got this one as well. I'm just gonna stick that through there as well. I'm just gonna cry. It's fine. Okay, that one definitely went in. Oh, okay, it went in. It went in that time. Okay. So some of these other ones we're gonna feed up from the bottom of the case. F panel. Front panel system. Okay, so this Another top right one. Now here comes the extra scary bit. All of the cables for all of the things. Okay. Feed this through the top. This is a big boy one. We're gonna feed it through the top, and I'm guessing plug it in this giant concave at the top as well. Okay. So we're gonna do the CPU ones. They're supposed to be up here in the top. So the clippy bits, I'm assuming it's on the outside. Yep. Oh, Jesus. So now we're plugging up the other CPU one. What? 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 You can't come down. You can't come in here. No. So we're gonna get one of these PCIe cables and we're gonna plug it into this connector that's in the back of, for the links, the iCue links. Hold on. Oh my god, it's too heavy. So this little connector bit right here, we're gonna plug it into that. Right, so we need the junky side. The junky side of this goes like this. Maybe, oh, yes, goes like this, and that will eventually plug into the power PSU. Okay, so we're gonna take two of the PSIEs and we're going to, I believe if I'm watching this video correctly, they're going to be for the graphics card. If I'm watching this correctly. But we're gonna plug them into the PSU first, just so we can get, know where it is, feed the cable through, and then get the GPU ready. All right, so now we're going to plug everything else into the PSU now. Okay, so it looks like the CPU is supposed to go down here. Okay, that one. Into that bit. Lovely, lovely. In the big boy slot. Got the CPU plugged in, we got the motherboard plugged in, we got the iCue link plugged in, and we've got the cords ready for the GPU plug-in. Okay. All right, Intel, it's time for the graphics card. Stunning. Look at this bad boy right here. Look at. So we need to take off two of them. Sorry, we need to take off. What was that? Oh, okay, never mind. And we need to take off two of them. Oh, I think that did it. I think it's in. I can't tell if the lock went up. Hold on a second. Use my flashlight to blind you. Yep, the lock went up. So it looks like, much like the RAM that we did earlier, if it's in, the lock goes up. I think it's in. And I'm terrified. Okay. It's only an 8 slot, and I have a whole bunch of cables. Interesting. And it's all beautiful. I'm gonna take this tape off in a minute, but we're gonna find out if it works first. Yeah?
So we're gonna do a little testy test of the graphics right now, okay guys? I tend to play a lot of indie games on stream, so I'm gonna show you some indie games. I don't usually play a whole lot of AAA titles on my PC. I play them on my consoles, and then I'll do the Elgato. So this is what the graphics are gonna look like. We're gonna start off with a little bit of mortuaries, you see. I always have everything set to low quality for stream purposes. I always. This isn't just this graphics card thing. So let's go ahead. Let's start. Let's see what it looks like. Please do not attack my daddy out. Okay. Where's my? Oh, did I not examine him yet? Oh, he needs to be examined. He needs to. Okay. Father?
You did this to me.
Did I?
It's all your fault.
I feel like that's a good enough explanation. Okay, now I have everything set to ultra, and I'm very curious to how this is gonna look. So, okay. I was just accosted by a demon. When am I not? That's the real question. When am I not? Listen, it's not that funny. They're out to get me, man. They're out to get me, man. I'm not following that thing down the hallway. I don't know what you think about me. Well, how brave I am, but I ain't following that body down the hallway. He can come meandering back whenever he's ready. Okay, listen. So let's see how this looks via being recording. It's my first time ever opening this, so YOLO.
Have you spoken truth?
I have spoken truth.
Come here.
No! Resist!
Put your hand in the box.
Uh-oh.
I hold at your neck the Gomja Bar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die.
This is so cool!
Plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing.
Oh. So I will say this, I do consider this to be like AAA quality. As you can tell, it's been lagging off and on a bit. So if you're a streamer, it's probably, and if you're a streamer who plays like a lot of AAA title kind of stuff on your PC, then it might be a little difficult to stream it. As far as just like being a gamer and like just playing it, okay. I've had like looking at the actual game, there's no lag, there's no issue. It looks gorgeous, it looks beautiful, but I can tell in OBS that it's lagging. That's the only place where it's lagging. The game itself is actually fine. So as you can tell, and I know that's like the shaders and stuff, like all that for me was smooth. So if you're a streamer who likes mainly like indie games and kind of stuff, I feel like this graphics card would be fine to stream that. Maybe not so much the streaming of like AAA titles, but if you're just a gamer, that you just sit at home and you chill and you just play video games and you don't actually stream anything, I feel like this graphics card would be very comparable, because like I said, during like the gameplay for me was fine watching what like the cutscenes and stuff in Dune. That was fine on my end, and I can tell in OBS the encoder was like meh. So if you just want to play games, I think this graphics card would be great for you. I feel like this graphics card would be great for you. Very affordable, very comparable. I hope you enjoyed my PC build video, guys. Make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section if you did. I'm still waiting for something to happen. I'm not gonna lie, it's right here. It's right here now. It's all built together and it's beautiful and it's majestic. I'm still scared. I'm still quite scared. Then I've done something wrong. Like I said, the only thing apparently that I did wrong was the fans. Was the fans. And everything else has been fine. So, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Bye, everybody! Also, P.S. I'm very sorry I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I went from like cutie patootie red building stuff to, you know, gremlin red testing things. So...